and due to the 4 years of President Trump, in fact, there has been far more, shall we say, chaos in the world, because he's probably the only president who has been very aggressive when it comes to naming what he called enemies or adversaries, etc. So we have a huge subject before us, and I would request General Riaz to go first on the subject that I've identified.
Thank you very much, sir. And I would once again, even at the sake of repetition, I'd like to say, I'd like to congratulate Dr. Moeed, because what we are doing today is not only just connecting all the think tanks and making our policy inclusive. What we are doing here today is also to establish the foundations of a strategic culture which we lacked. And I'm sure if it is followed through and this effort is continued by others to follow, you and all of us, this will give Pakistan the real foundation of having a genuine strategic culture. Thank you very much for that. I've been asked to speak on security challenges in transforming global and regional environment. It's I'll try and do it in 5, sir. Because you're asking me to be a BBC weatherman and finish with this vast subject in just 5 minutes, and I'll try to do that. So the first, I'll just straight go to the point. There is a power shift taking place. Dr. Moeed said that the great power competition is returning. It has returned. And we are living through that time, and this is a very important time that we are passing through. And I hope this power shift from the west to the east does not fall into that Thucydides trap. And the Americans and the Chinese have the grit and the intellectual capacity to sort it out in a much better way. But as of today, it seems to be resulting in very serious and intense competition between US and China. And Pakistan has a strategic relationship with China, which is steadily expanding. Pakistan also has been an important ally of the United States. But this relationship is at the moment perhaps not at the right place. The US and India are strategic allies in this so-called check, contain China strategy, and that has also its impact on the region. Pakistan holds an important place on the geopolitical map of the world, which was referred to by the National Security Advisor. In this power shift, we are experiencing the pushes and the pulls of this competition, and it is causing and will continue to cause security challenges for Pakistan. Then there's a very important aspect. I've just picked up a few areas of the environment because I can't speak on everything in 5 minutes. It's the changing nature and character of the Indian state. India is rapidly descending into becoming an ultra-Hindu nationalist state. And with US and West conveniently closing their eyes on India's massive human rights violations and her ignorance of, blatant ignorance of the international norms, India is actually becoming a dangerous country within and for the region, if not yet for the world. It has become very aggressive and irrational and has induced deterrence instability and is leading on to strategic instability in South Asia. Afghanistan, it has never been stabilized since the departure of the Soviets from Afghanistan, but the situation presently, there is an opportunity there, and it's a great challenge also. The situation is delicately poised. It can go to the side of peace. It can also descend into another round of civil war. It is for the Afghans and all those who want peace in Afghanistan to make sure that it moves to the side of peace. Pakistan is the most affected country by the situation in Afghanistan and will remain so. Peace has great dividends for everyone in this region. I will not elaborate on that because we all know that it is going to unlock the connectivity that is holding us and Central Asia and even India should the situation change. Iran. Again, our neighborhood remains under pressure, but Iran retains the reaction, counteraction capability in critical situations, and that we have seen. Iran-Saudi rivalry is again causing stress on Pakistan. This creates a challenge because one is our neighbor and one is our friend. We hope that the nuclear deal with Iran will come through, which will open huge opportunities again for the entire region. Then there's another aspect which is important, and this is important for Pakistan because there are technological advancements that are taking place, particularly in the field of artificial intelligence, blockchain technologies, and the advent of crypto and digital currencies. In my reckoning, it will change everything. It will change the way we do our business, we do our banking, we manage our investment funds, and so on. The list is endless. I cannot actually really see the entire length and breadth of the change that is just waiting to happen. Unless we are prepared for it, there will be unforeseen shocks in our economy. Climate change, we've talked about a lot, but climate change is a very serious security challenge for the entire world, but also for Pakistan, because it will cause stress on our food security, it will cause stress on our health, and of course, the economy at large. Pandemic. As we say in the military, when the war is on, we do not count our losses at that point. When the war is over, we sit down and take a fresh count of what has happened. The world is going through that phase right now. And what is going to happen after the pandemic is over, and I hope it is over soon, what is its effect on the major economies and on the rest of the world, it will also affect Pakistan, and we have to start really thinking about it and start to see that what kind of challenges will come about after the pandemic is over and the world and the region takes stock of what has been lost. It is not possible to study the environment, external and the regional, to see the challenges alone if we do not look at our internal environment. At the moment, there is political instability, and this is actually inhibiting our capacity and capability to respond to these challenges and convert these challenges into opportunities. And I dare say that we have an obsolete system of governance. This has to change, this has to modernize, this has to change fast. Otherwise, our ideas will remain ideas and they will not get translated into significant change that we want to bring for the people of Pakistan. I thank you, sir.